Bună ziua!
Bună ziua! Hi, Girish. Can you hear me?
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I see you are attending an event, a business event, Miss Chifudan. I think okay. Um,
Yes, Anastasia. So the thing would be you would just introduce and then I take over, right? I will just,
yes. So we will have a quick recap of agenda. I will make an
okay,
introduction, and we'll have also a recap of agenda. But after me, also Miss Nicoleta Ioana Ciufudan will speak shortly about
okay,
opportunities, as she is the representative of Romanian
okay,
embassy. Yeah. So then we will start with your presentation, and then we will have also Ankita joining us for key takeaways and questions. If
okay,
yeah,
okay, fine.
yep. How is the weather in India right now?
Now,
I'm in, sorry, I'm in Spain.
Oh,
Uh,
you're in Spain. Yeah.
yeah, in Alicante. It's pretty nice over here. It's always pretty sunny, and now it's getting a bit chilly, but it's fine. In India, I think so. It's raining a lot everywhere.
Really? Mm.
Yeah, the north of India, there is a lot of floods right now.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. In the north of India, the south probably, it's better. It's better. Yeah. We have this monsoon right now, so we have this
Mhm.
monsoon season, so
Oh, I see.
it rains. Yeah.
Yes, also in Romania today with very like uh, cold and chilly, and I think it's gonna rain, and also the autumn starts to.
Autumn starts. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think we'll wait a couple more minutes for everyone to join because we had 20 participants
Yeah.
actually, yeah, registered. So we'll see.
And Anastasia, will all these 20 participants will be they will be going to India, is it? The end
Not
of
really. Some of them are just interests in the perspective, and some are also joining the trade mission. But yeah.
okay.
Oh,
So when the trade mission happens, probably Ankita, Gaurav and Ankita, probably you are in contact with Gaurav. Ankita can yeah, meet them over there and provide them better insights.
yes, yes, yes. We'll do also a follow-up in
Mm.
India
Yeah,
after the,
perfect.
yeah. Okay, we'll just wait for a couple more minutes.
Another thing, Anastasia, can we get a feedback or something? Do you have a feedback something?
Like a feedback form, you mean?
Yeah. Otherwise, do you collect some feedbacks later on?
Um, I can make a form while you are gonna present, and then I'll present it at the end, so
Yeah.
participants will answer. Because we actually have tried during our previous webinars. I think
And they
it's like,
don't.
no,
Yeah.
not the participants, but I something didn't really work with the platform,
Okay.
and they didn't really
Click.
provide any.
Okay.
But this time I will do a form, so maybe it's gonna be easier.
Fine.
Yeah. Let me see. Still not so many participants. You have received my email, and the link was working, right?
Yeah, yes, the link that you sent was working.
Okay. Then maybe we'll start here, and the others, if they will
Okay.
join, they'll just, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna first of all, thank you everyone for joining us today. And we will start our business webinar on the topic IP protection and management in India. And I'll be presenting you first a quick uh, presentation. Just a second. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Thanks. Okay, so this webinar is very special for us because it's also an introduction, to say so, for our next trade mission to India that will happen actually this autumn, in a month, on 28th of October it starts, and it's a very important connecting point for us. Today we'll discover more about IP protection and management in India, although we already did some webinars, but not specifically on this topic. And today's expert, Mr. Girish, will explore this topic in more in depth. We want to thank everyone, every our partner for supporting us and providing um, uh, constant support and collaboration. Um, and the next, oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I'll be presenting you to our organization, Archipelago and Afacer.ro. So first of all, I wanted to mention that Archipelago is a business support organization that supports entrepreneurs through business education, international exploration, and global networking. We organize trade missions, events, and boot camps that combine innovation with cultural diversity, providing access to foreign markets and growth opportunities. Also in 2010, Archipelago launched Afacer.ro program, an international online and face-to-face networking platform for which it has developed three types of events to support internationalization of SMEs. I already mentioned them. And also, we created a large community of business clubs all over the world with Romanian entrepreneurs, covering a lot of countries. I think we have more than 40 clubs all over the world right now, and over 1,000 SMEs from Romania and abroad. We also have a local business club in India, and Miss Nicoleta Ciudan is actually the leader of the business club there in India. Yes, we also organize on-site international conferences, boot camps, and trade missions for education of entrepreneurs facilitate their internationalization opportunities. Okay. I also wanted to mention that Archipelago serves as a key local contact point in Iași, Romania, within the Eastern Romanian Business Support Network Consortium, as an integral member of Enterprise Europe Network, the world's largest support network for small and medium-sized enterprises with international ambitions and looking to facilitate international collaborations and so forth. We provide a comprehensive support to enhance their innovation capabilities and facilitate international growth. We also provide tailored support to help access new markets, secure financing, and adopt sustainable business practices. And next, I wanted to tell you a little about our trade mission to India this autumn, which starts on 28th of October and ends on 8th of November. This is a very special trade mission for us because it combines high-impact business activities with unique cultural experiences. We will be attending the EU-India matchmaking event and the Renewable Energy India Expo in Delhi, while engaging in company visits, business meetings, and strategic networking across key economic hubs. Also, we'll be meeting with IP SME Help Desk India during our trade mission and explore economic environment in India. Also, the mission will take participants to major cultural centers in India, including Delhi, Agra, Gangtok, Pelling, and I'm sorry for pronouncing, but yes, these trade missions explores not only business opportunities, but also cultural experiences and major cultural centers. More details and registration you can find on our website, afaceri.ro. So I invite you to just visit it and see it for yourself. And here is a quick agenda of the webinar. So I think I already I spoke too quick, but I'm sorry for that. But this is the agenda. So basically, I will be presenting first. I already did that, and then we'll have Ms. Ioana Nicoleta Ciufudan presenting us some opportunities for both countries to build bilateral business relations, representing Romanian Chamber of Commerce in India, and then we'll have the expert presentation. Of course, Mr. Girish will provide it. And Miss Ankita will cover some key ideas and Q&As after the presentation, and we hope we'll finish in time, or maybe if there were going to be a lot of questions, maybe we'll just be a bit late. But thank you everyone for joining today, and I will ask Ms. Nicoleta Ioana Ciufudan to speak next. Can you hear us?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity and good afternoon, everyone. Here is 2:40 in India, and I think in Romania is 12, no?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So I have, thank you for the introduction. I don't know if it's necessary to speak more about me since you introduced me and make a short description what exactly I'm here. Sorry, I can't open the camera because I'm in the World Food India now. It's the biggest international fair which is organized by India, and here is a bit crowded because the Prime Minister will come to open the inauguration of this, and the so much security. They told me that only on the speaker I can, not camera. So I will speak a bit about the business opportunities for Romanian companies in India and vice versa. So the current status trade investment framework, Romania and India has a very good bilateral relationship in last years. And Romania offers for foreign investment cashback subsidies up to 60%. As a part of EU, we have some regulations market which give access into the European market. This is a good advantages for the Indian companies who want to locate in Romania or develop a business or make joint venture with the companies. Also, Black Sea and Danube, it's logistic advantages for goods which are coming into Europe. Romanian companies which are interested in exporting goods and establishing operations or investment in India has several sectors that they are interested in IT, software, and cybersecurity, which is a huge demand in India for software services. Clean and renewable energy and storage. India is targeting for increasing the solar and green hydrogen technologies and so on. Also, defense and aerospace. India, it's I don't know how to say, has a very good collaboration in production of armament, drones, and also drones for agriculture, pharmaceutical and healthcare, also logistics, sports, transport, and infrastructure. Agriculture is must, which Romania is very focused in, like a European country. And also, I have a request from several companies from India. They want to know about agriculture in Romania, like production of sunflower oil, wheat, flour, seeds, wine also. For Romanian wine is a very good, huge interest now in Indian market. Next month, I will have a wine presentation here in Delhi regarding the Romanian wine. And also other like I don't know how to say, other sectors like exchange. First of all, Romania also, it's like interest for the students which want to come to study in Romania in private and government universities, and also Erasmus program, exchange and cultural program is one of the interest of Indian companies for Romania. If it's something which our guest wants to ask me, because I have a lot of things to discuss and the time is not proper, and also 5 minutes I can't cover all. If Mr. Girish wants to ask me something particular, I'm waiting for his query or question.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Nicoletta. Presently, I don't know, in the sense, what are your other views about? I see that there is the delegation going on IT, right? So, what do you see the digital ecosystem presently in India? Is there a lot of kind of necessity for IT services? Do you see a collaboration with Romanian and Indian companies?
Yes, I can see also 4 months back was something regarding in IT was organized by Indian Chamber of Commerce in Delhi, was this activity, and this activity was to increase the collaboration between European market and India, to boost the collaboration in IT field, especially in
Cybersecurity.
cybernet and also artificial intelligence. And
Fine.
many companies for example, from France was I think 2 or 3 companies, Germany, Poland, which is they had like a pavilion, like a stall, which also they present in them offer, and also Indian companies who are only developed in IT was the same. If you know the Bharat Mandapam, former Pragati Madan, who is now
Yes.
in the main, let's see, gate hub of India for different activities.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you, Nicoletta. Presently, I per se don't have any other questions. In the sense, we can have a conversation. I can present about the IP framework, the intellectual
Okay.
property framework in India. And
Okay.
if the participants have any other questions, they can probably write to us, or if there is a chat in the chat, they can
What?
write to us.
Yeah.
Or they can just respond to the email I send them. So and I will
Yes.
just forward to you guys the questions if there are any.
Also, another aspect which I want to mention here is that in Romania, we know for Indian companies, we can have a joint venture collaboration. Romania, as a part of Europe, they have opportunities for the European funds. And also, we have a benefit of taxation because between Romania and India, we have a bilateral agreement to avoid double taxation. And you know very well, for the foreigners here in India, the taxation is double, like
Yeah.
in Romania. So most of the companies are preferring to make the taxation in Romania in case of the joint venture. Also, India is famous for the brand Make in India, which made over the world this brand. And here we have a possibilities for let's see, in case the Romanian companies wants to make
Manufacture.
some business in India, they can have a very good, because all the goods in sector like garments, like silk, like this are also made under brand this brand made Make in India. Most of the let's see, activities and economic missions, they have support of embassies in from Romania, or embassy of Romania in India. Um, we have also exchange of cultural programs, which I told you in the beginning. This is in general which can discuss here, because the subject is more, and I focused on some points which are interested for India or Indian companies who wants to develop business with Romanian companies.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. Now we know that the opportunities are quite a lot and in different sectors, which provides an incentive for Romanian companies and Indian companies as well. So we can proceed to the next speaker, Girish. You can also present. I will just stop.
Yeah. I will just thank you, Anastasia. I will just share the presentation. Probably everyone is able to see the presentation.
Yeah.
Uh, so 1 minute, yeah. I don't know how do I. Sorry. Oh, it's sharing the screen. Okay. So okay. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Nicoletta. Thank you, Anastasia. And as Nicoletta just basically mentioned, that presently there are a whole lot of opportunities for both Indian enterprises and Romanian enterprises. And the whole point of the present session is to give you a gist about India and the intellectual property protection system that we have in India. So, if Romanian enterprises, SMEs who are going in this mission, trade mission, and if you want to get into any tangible collaborations, or if you want to bring your product to India, what are the steps that you might have to take to protect your IP. This is the basic idea. I will just mention few steps that you have to take care of and the IP ecosystem in India. So as Nicoletta also mentioned and Anastasia mentioned that India is a very diverse country. It has a lot of cultural heterogeneity. It is very diverse, lot of different languages. Uh, the culture, they say that every 50 kilometers that you go in India, the food, the language, uh, the climate, everything changes. Even the language changes, the food habits change. So it gets little complicated to deal with different geographies, different cities, and where do you want to place a market. And generally, dealing with India gets complicated, but there is this unity, there is this fabric of unity across the whole of India. And I would also like to say that I'm very glad that the Trade Mission, which Hari Falago are organizing, you're concentrating on Delhi. Agra is usually the place of visit. But apart from that, you're also going to the northeast of India, basically Gangtok, Darjeeling, and Pelling. Pelling is one of my favorite locations. It's right up in the mountains, which is very nice. So you will also get a flavor of Buddhistic culture, the stupas and stuff. So, and the mountains and the Himalayas, the Kanchenjunga range, which is beautiful. So you get a flavor of Delhi, the economic hub, economic, legal, and political hub, and also this northeastern region. So, why India? If I have to say, India has been growing at an exponential rate over the past decade, and we expect that would become a $5 trillion economy in the coming years. In 2025, 2026, it'll be a 5 trillion economy, and also it'll be the world's third largest economic power in the world. This is on the economic side, but also if we see on the technological side, um, how do you measure innovation? So, one of the metrics that is used to measure innovation or innovative capability of a country is using intellectual property or the patenting numbers. And if you see the small graph over here, we see China, US, Japan, Korea, and EPO, which is the European Patent Organization, and then comes India. So even technological, the number of patents, the number of design protections, the number of trademark applications which are being filed in India is pretty high, and it's overtaken Germany also. So this also shows the kind of technological zeal which India presently is showing. And one of the main reasons for this technological growth has also been the demographic dividend that India has. India has one of the third largest group of scientists and engineers in the world. There is a huge youth and adolescent population. Uh, Hence, this gives the impetus for the growth of India. So, if you're looking to collaborate with India or to start uh, using Indian services, there is a huge skilled population in India waiting to be tapped into. Uh, Apart from this, I think so. This one I will just mention stating that India has the Indian government has kind of created this corridors, industrial corridors across the map of India from north to the west till Mumbai, from Delhi to Mumbai, from Mumbai to Bangalore. Bangalore is kind of the digital capital. Mumbai or Bombay is the financial capital of India. And if you come to Chennai or Tamil Nadu, south of India, from Bangalore, you see a lot of industries, uh, be it garment industries or be it mechanical and electrical industries. You would see in this region from Chennai all the way from Bangalore to Chennai and all the way up to Kolkata. And there is also a defense corridor being kind of built across the center of India from Delhi to Kolkata across Uttar Pradesh. So there are different industrial corridors being built, and there are also a lot of production linked incentive schemes offered by the Indian government. This is in consonance with what Nicolata mentioned about the Make in India scheme. So, if you are a Romanian company, if you go to India and if you want to manufacture in India, um, that is, you'd get certain incentives, subsidies. And this is also applicable if you want to protect your intellectual property rights. There are certain tax exemptions and certain subsidies provided by the Indian government if you want to produce in India. Uh, Apart from this, I would like to, yeah. So one main thing that I'd want to mention is what is the reason what is the reason for this huge growth in the last 10 years? One factor we can kind of name it to the demographic dividend that we have. Apart from that, the uh, government's impetus or a policy which the government kind of came up in 2014, which was known as Jandan, Aadhaar, and mobile. So there was this huge Indian population who did not have access to bank, to financial network, standard or official financial network, and then they did not have access to data or mobile. Mobile connectivity was lacking. And each individual, so the Indian government, through this Jandan Aadhaar scheme, basically created a unique ID for each individual through known as the Aadhaar number. So there was a unique ID for each individual. And this unique ID was also connected by opening a financial bank account for most of the Indians. So right now, around one third of the Indian population is uh, has tapped in to this financial network. And also, all individuals with this Aadhaar number and the bank were tied in to the mobile network, where there was a unique mobile number tied into the Aadhaar number ID and again tied in with uh, the financial banking system. So this trinity of banking, Aadhaar, unique ID, and mobile created this brought in a huge impetus in the financial sector, wherein um, a huge population of India who were lacking this financial, uh, what do you say, this being in the financial network, who are lacking this, suddenly were in this financial network. And this kind of exploded the fintech industries with numerous IT and fintech firms coming in, providing, be it in the banking sector, be it in personal finance, be it in insurance, or being otherwise being part of the what do you say, the financial network of investing in companies. So this fintech revolution has kind of exploded in the past 10 years, and this has also increased the Indian GDP. Apart from this, there is this other democratizing event which has happened with regards to the e-commerce sector, wherein we saw that earlier in India it was only the Amazon or the Flipkarts. So if you want to sell something, you would have to be on the Amazon platform. And over time, what we saw was Amazon had this list of suppliers. So if you are a small seller, small neighborhood, you have a small neighborhood shop, but you have something to sell on the e-commerce platform, but you would be blocked from entering the Amazon's supplier network. They had kind of homogenized, Amazon had homogenized supplier entities, or only kind of monopolized, right? They had few suppliers. So if you're a small shop, you could not get into this e-commerce platform offering your services. So the Indian government again um, kind of created this open platform called Open Network for Digital Commerce, where anyone, any individual, if you want to sell something or if you want to buy something, whatever, you can get onto this open network digital uh, commerce platform, and you can sell your good across the whole of India, wherever you want, rather than being restricted by certain private players, be it Amazon or Flipkart. So again, this is kind of revolutionized. This is slowly happening. This has kind of revolutionized the e-commerce platform. So over the past 10 years, one thing that I would like to mention is there has been democratization of digitization, because the digital network has kind of enabled a huge Indian population who were earlier not part of the finance network. They did not have access to finance, are now part of it. And this has kind of again boosted the Indian economy. Apart from this, there is the democratization happening with regards to digitization. And when we come to technology, there was the recent, right now, AI is the buzzword. We also see that Indians, if you see the growth rate of India has been the highest of around 56% with regards to the number of AI patents being filed, AI, generative AI applications which are being filed. So this also shows the technical zeal of Indians with regards to next gen technologies such as artificial intelligence. So all these reasons provide Romanian enterprises a huge array of opportunities across various sectors, be it agriculture, skill development, fintech, defense and aerospace. There has been a huge push from India. Pharmaceuticals, electronics, right now around a 10 billion fund has been kind of provided by the Indian government to set up chip manufacturing. So there are huge venues of opportunities available for Romanian enterprises with regards to India. But with this also comes one basic challenge of counterfeiting. So the European Intellectual Property Office came out with this study, and they found that they were losing around 16 billion euros due to counterfeiting of products. Loss of 16 billion euros due to counterfeiting of products across the globe. This is not specific to India, but across the globe. To mitigate this counterfeiting of European goods, the European Commission kind of they started out a set of 6 help desks, which is one for India, which I represent the India IPSME help desk, Africa, one for Latin America, Southeast Asia, China, and Europe. So the main task of the IP help desk, of the international IP help desks, is to assist European enterprises who would want to venture into India, China, Southeast Asia, Africa, or Latin America. If you have any queries regarding intellectual property protection, you can write to us, call us, or book a meeting with us, and we would offer free services. So the main service that we offer is trainings and workshops such as this. Apart from this, you can directly write to us, call us, and any query on intellectual property if you may have with regards to India, you can write to us, and we answer the question, any query within 3 working days, free of charge. Apart from that, if you visit our website, you have host of learning materials and also certain tools. So if you want to know what might be the cost of patenting an invention in India, you would have an approximate figure on the website. We have a cost tool which gives you kind of more or less the amount that you might have to spend to gain this IP protection, be it for patents, trademarks, copyrights. You have this. And also, if you want to go about patenting, what are the steps to take? We have a lot of fact sheet guides on various different themes. So please do visit our website, and also please do avail the services that we offer. And all of this is free of charge because this is a European Commission funded project. So with this, uh, one thing that in the help desk that we always do is, why is intellectual property important? So for European SMEs, what we usually find is they don't, SMEs and startups, they don't appreciate the importance of IP in the present, say, in the 21st century. So intellectual property came into prominence in the late 19th century, in around 1860s, 1870s. It grew in prominence, but the whole point of IP right, of intellectual property right, was to kind of fence or to kind of draw the boundaries of your intellectual asset, be it an idea, if you want to patent it, if it was inventive, you could patent it, or if it was a literary work, you are fencing, that's through copyrights, you protect it, and you own the right to manufacture, sell, distribute, or import, or license the right. But over time, what we have seen, at least in the 21st century, for startups and for SMEs, IP has become more of a signaling tool. It is no longer kind of a fencing tool, fence your idea, but it is a signaling tool wherein if you have a patent, it provides a kind of reliance for a investor, for a venture capital fund to invest in your company, enterprise, or in your invention. It gives a backing so that they get to know that, okay, the invention is novel. There is no other invention similar to this in the past. So this is a novel invention. Hence, this there is a sense of reliability offered um, for investors to invest in your enterprise or your endeavor. So hence, we see IP moving away from being a fencing mechanism to a signaling mechanism, a signaling tool to show off, to attract investments. There's a huge change in how IP works presently. Apart from that, intellectual property is also highly relevant and important to develop key partnerships and collaborations. So if you're going to a unknown market like India, if you have intellectual property already protected, protecting your brand or protecting your invention, this helps in developing partnerships and collaborations, and also it kind of provides that safety net for you that, okay, even if the partnership does not go well or the collaboration does not go well, they can't copy your invention or product. There is you, because you have the IP right securing your position in the market. Hence, when entering a new market such as India, having certain IP right protected is highly essential. Apart from this, we also do tell our clients that it gives you, please try to build a defensive portfolio. So we see that if there is a product, we see many of the enterprises having multiple patents across this one product, multiple small inventions. So you have a defensive portfolio covering your product with multiple patents. You also can claim or you can apply for a trademark. So you have brand protection. And if you have a software code uh, interacting with your hardware product, even that can be protected through the mechanism of copyrights. So having this synergistic view of having multiple IP protections provides you this defensive net wherein no other enterprise can infringe on your product, thereby making your enterprise a market standard, right? So that's the idea. Apart from that, if you have this portfolio of IP protections, this also enables you to cross license your technology. So suppose you want to So right now we see that technologies are very complex. They are not discrete in nature. They have to interact. They have to communicate with each other. So hence, cross-licensing, each one's other entrepreneur, or you have to cross-license your technology with someone else. So that's highly essential. And hence, having this synergistic or overall IP protection defensive portfolio helps in cross-licensing to enable this cross-licensing of your product and to build more complex products. Understanding the importance of IP is highly essential for a small and medium enterprise. And once you understand the importance of intellectual property, one thing that we always advise European SMEs prior internationalization or in their day-to-day job is to conduct a IP audit. An IP audit would be a systematic review of all intangible assets or rights that you own within your organization. And if you go to our website, we have kind of a spreadsheet, kind of a IP inventory spreadsheet, so that it basically says, basically you mention the type of intellectual asset you have. Is it patentable? Is it trademark? Is it copyrightable? Whatever intellectual or intangible asset that you have within your organization, you list it down, and then you ascertain the legal status of this intangible assets. So when I say intangible assets, say suppose um, you have there was this one particular case study of a European SME working with a specific aircraft component. They were aircraft component manufacturers, and they were collaborating with another enterprise, a big enterprise in India. And when we asked them that, okay, they were in a very niche field, when we asked them whether they were interested in protecting their intellectual asset, they said that they did not want to patent their invention. They were very clear with that. And the main reason was stating that, okay, we are in a very niche sector and we per se do not have any competitors. And if we patent our invention, this would publicly disclose the invention for everyone, and they did not want it. Hence, even when you have intangible assets in your enterprise, you would have to take a strategic view about whether to protect it, whether to patent it, no, or whether to keep it as a trade secret, or whether to copyright certain aspects of it, certain, if it's a software code, should you ask for copyright registration, or do you need, if it's a product, if there is the shape, size, and the ornamental aspect, if you would want to protect it through designs, this is the strategic decision that you would have to take. And if you feel that certain intangible assets, such as customer lists, client lists, all this data that you have created over time in your enterprise, this is highly valuable intangible asset, but this per se can't be protected. So if you'd want to keep it as a trade secret, you need to maintain a record of that also. Hence, conducting this IP audit is highly essential and recommended, and we recommend it that SMEs do conduct it at least once a year uh, uh, as a routine task, right? So that it gets updated. The intangible asset within your company enterprise gets updated. This is one part of it. Apart from conducting the IP audit, the other thing that we recommend is to strategize before internationalizing to be it India, China, anywhere. So when we say strategize, the strategy that I basically mentioned, I provided the example of this aircraft component manufacturer. So you need to be clear, depending on the intangible asset that you have, depending on your business goals, you need to be clear whether you would seek protection, intellectual property protection, or per se you need not. Uh, you always have to know that there is a risk, there is a cost with regards to IP protection. You would have to you would have to spend this attorney fees and the IP application fees, be it for patent, trademark, be what it may, but there is a cost involved. But if you are in a very niche field, and if you think that the intangible asset that you have within your enterprise can't be per se protected, then trade secret might be the way to go for you. And also, please do assess the market where you're going, the future potential, the competitors, the potential investors in the market. So all these initial steps have to be done prior internationalizing. So once you have conducted the audit, once you have strategized, the next step would be that we recommend is to conduct a basic IP search. So right now I see that there is a trade mission uh, with which you are going in the end of October uh, to India. So when you're going, and if you want to show your product or brand, or if you want to collaborate with someone, stuff, the first step would be to protect your IP. So even before protecting your IP, one thing that we always say is conduct a basic search. So we have this free databases available, be it PatentScope, which is a database made available by World Intellectual Property Organization, and also we have a IP Indian Patent Office. They offer a database of patents on their website. So you can basically go provide the details, more or less the sector, the IPC class of your invention, the keywords, and you do a basic search, and that would provide you a list of all the patents, more or less close to your uh, invention, right? Close to your invention. So this, once you get this list, you would get to know your competitors, your collaborators, be what may, and also the state of art of technological growth, or state of art of that particular technology in India. Hence, do conduct a basic patent search, and also more important is a basic trademark search. So there was this one Polish SME who did not conduct a basic trademark search, but they went to India, they started their operations, and they had a website, but they did not trademark their brand. And post 1 year or 1.5 years of the operation, they received a notice from a Indian conglomerate, a big MNC, saying that they were infringing their logo. The small Polish enterprise was infringing the big Indian conglomerate's logo. And then the notice said that they have to shut down their website and stop all operations in India using that mark. So to mitigate this, conducting a basic trademark search, again with free databases available, this is pretty easily done. You can directly go to World Intellectual Property Brand Database and then put in the name, the class of the product that you think is relevant, and then it will list you whether the mark has been trademarked in India or not. Is there a protection already existing? This would mitigate a lot of unnecessary trouble later on. So hence, trademark search is highly relevant for SMEs who seek to internationalize to India. So first one, conduct a IP audit, strategize, and then conduct this basic searches. Uh, Once you have done this 3 steps, the fourth step would be to know some specificities with regards to intellectual property protection in India. When we talk, so if I have to talk about the IP statistics of India, there has been a huge rise over the past decade with regards to IP protection, the number of patent applications being filed, number of trademark applications being filed, number of design applications being filed. So this also shows that there is um, the intellectual property office, the IP office in India has been working well, and there has been a rise in patent applications also over time. And this is also kind of reflected in in the average pendency of patent applications. So pre-COVID, pre-2020, the average time to from the date of filing a patent application to the date of granting was around 48 months. But that has kind of it's reduced drastically to around 12 months to 18 months. You can have um, the examination done, the patent examination done, and by 18 to 24 months, you can have the patent granted also, which is extremely, what do you say, effective or efficient um, when it comes to patent examination in the Indian Patent Office. This has happened post-COVID. There has been a lot of backlog of patents have been cleared, and right now, if you apply for a patent within 18 months, you can have your patent granted. So this is extremely good for European enterprises. Apart from that, how do you go about protecting your invention? Or if you want to have your invention protected through patents, how would you go about doing this in India? So basically, there are two routes. One is known as the national route, which is you directly go to the Indian National Office and file a national patent. In India, for this, you need to have an address of communication in India. So the patent office would communicate to you, be it first examination reports or whatever. So you need to have address of communication in India. But for European SMEs, we usually kind of recommend to take the other route, which is the international route, which is known as the PCT or the Patent Cooperation Treaty route. So with this, with a single patent application, say suppose today is 25th of September, and you are still unclear about which are the markets that you want to explore. One can be India, it can be Indonesia, it can be China, and it can be Brazil, be that what it may, or some countries in Africa. If this is your present day stand, if you're still very unclear, so by filing this single application, say it's by filing the single PCT application, you file your invention, you write down the claims, the description and stuff, then you file this PCT application with the World Intellectual Property Organization in Geneva. And then the PCT application, you can conduct some basic search report and examination report. You can ask for examination report from the World Intellectual Property Organization. But this gives you a time frame of 30 months from the date of filing to decide which are the countries that you would want to enter into. So with a single application and by checking Brazil, India, China, Indonesia, Vietnam and stuff. So with a single application, within 30 months, you can enter multiple countries. So the World Intellectual Property Organization, upon receiving this application and the countries that you have designated, the World Intellectual Property Organization will forward the application to the respective national offices, be it India, China, and stuff. And the national offices will again conduct an examination of the application to see whether the invention is novel, which is new, and it's not very obvious to a person skilled in the particular theme, person skilled in the art. If it's not very obvious, then the national office would grant a patent. And this again would be communicated to you. So this provides a easy mechanism to protect your invention in multiple countries through a single patent application. Hence, this is usually recommended, but the downside to this is there is a cost involved, and the cost of the patent application itself is pretty high. It's around, I think so, 1500 euros, if I'm not wrong. So there is a cost involved. If you directly go to the Indian national office through the national route, the cost is a lot lesser. This is one thing to note. Apart from this, one other thing which is specific to India is the Indian Patent Office seeks or mandates that you provide. Say if there is a single, if you have an invention and if you apply the same invention for patent protection in Europe, say in Romanian patent office, you have applied for it, and you also apply the same invention to be protected in India. So the Indian patent office mandates that you provide any information that you get from the Romanian patent office. Say if they provide an examination report, you would have to forward this examination report or share this examination report with the Indian patent office. This is mandated. If you don't do this, this is a procedural requirement. And suppose your competitor gets to know that, oh, you have not submitted certain thing. So then later on, he can oppose the patent based on procedural grounds. So to mitigate this, it is always good to just forward any communication that you might have from other patent offices, be it EPO, USPTO, US Patent Office, or European Patent Office, or Romanian Patent Office, whatever examination reports that you get, you forward the same to the Indian Patent Office. Apart from this, there is another specific thing with regards to India. So this is um, known as statement of working that enterprise or a grantee. Once you apply for a patent and you have a patent granted by the Indian Patent Office, the Indian Patent Office gives you 3 years time to work the invention in India. So if you have an invention and say you have been granted a patent on 25th of September, today, the Indian Patent Office grants you a patent. So the Indian Patent Office or the Indian legislation mandates or seeks that you bring the invention in the Indian market, be it through licensing your invention or bringing the product physically to India, or be any means that you may feel, but the invention has to be worked in the Indian market post 3 years of grant of the patent. So if it's September 25th, 2025, by September 25, 2028, you need to bring the invention in the Indian market. Post that, you will have to basically, at the end of 3 years, you'll have to show that, okay, this is the patent number and this has been worked in this particular manner in the Indian market. This is Form 27. This has to be provided to the Indian Patent Office. So post 3 years, if you do not provide this, this can also be the reason for cancellation of the grant of patent. So even if the patent is granted, there will be a cancellation of the patent that can be done. But this is one thing to know once you have granted a patent. Though this is the strict rule, still now there is a lot of discussion about this, and the Indian Patent Office has not kind of enforced it. They have not cancelled a patent or revoked a patent based on non-filing of a statement of working, but this is a rule which everyone should know. Again, when it comes to trademarks, there is a simple international procedure available. You can file a trademark application with your local attorney. So if you're in Bucharest or Romania, you can file with your local attorney, and trademark attorney would forward the same application to Romanian Trademark Office, who would then forward it to World Intellectual Property Office, who would then forward the same application to the country of designation. So if India is the country of designation, you can directly the application will be forwarded to Indian Patent and Trademark Office, and then even the Indian Patent and Trademark Office would examine the trademark, and then based on the examination, a report would be sent. If there is a grant of trademark, then the trademark certificate would be granted to that trademark, no, for the logo or the word mark, based on what it is. So again, there is an international route available for trademark protection, and all of this can be done online, be it patents or trademarks. There is also the national route, as I mentioned, for the patent system, wherein you can directly apply uh, with the Indian Patent and Trademark Office, which reduces the cost a lot. But you need Office of Working, Office of Communication or Address of Communication in India with regards to that. Once you have a trademark protected, it gives you a grant of the protection period is for 10 years. Uh, this is one thing. Apart from this, the other thing to note is India does follow first to use system against first to file system used in Europe. So in Europe, if you want to protect a mark, be it a word mark or a logo, whoever goes to the Patent and Trademark Office and files it, he or she is the one who'd get the right. But in India, the system is based more on common law principles, and over there, even if you have not registered, if you have used the mark over time, you get a right. But then you would have to have all the evidences, you would have to provide all the evidences to show that you are the first one to use. This might be good, this might work well, but usually we have seen that in India, it is always better to register the patent. You go directly, make a basic search, and if the mark is not present, directly go and get some registration done. Not having a registered certificate will always kind of um, not having a registration will create more issues than solve problems. So even if you see that there is some counterfeiting happening, you need to stop from products entering the customs. You need certain certificate. If you don't have a certificate and if you keep on using your mark, this doesn't give you a right. Hence, having a certificate of registration, be it trademarks, copyrights, or designs, is highly essential to kind of avail the customs mechanism also. To use the customs mechanism, some certificate is needed. Say, suppose you find certain infringement happening of your product. If you go and file a civil suit or a criminal suit, again, the first thing that the law enforcement agencies or the city or the civil court would ask is, show me the registration certificate of the show me the IP registration certificate, be it patents, trademarks, copyrights, or designs. Hence, registration is highly mandated. Though there is first to use system, but for European SMEs, we always say that have a registered certificate. Please do file. Please do have certain, at least some IP protection before getting into any collaborations or before entering the Indian market itself. And trademark registration is the easiest. You can get a trademark registered for under 1,000 euros. So it's not very expensive. So trademark registration is one thing that we always advise our clients. Apart from this, India also has designs and copyright registration. When it comes to designs are meant to protect the outer appearance uh, and the ornamental features of a product. Again, design registration is mandated to enforce the right. If you want to enforce the right, be it use the customs procedure or the enforcement mechanism, the judicial system, having a registered right is highly essential. When it comes to in designs, again, the protection is granted for 10 years, which can be renewed or extended for a maximum of 15 years. Copyright protection for literary works, you have a protection for 60 years post the death of the author. That is the time period of copyright protection. And for all literary works, you can have copyright protection. And if you seek to protect software, the software code can be protected through copyright uh, by providing the first in pages or last in pages. And if you don't want to, copyright registration per se is not mandated for all the manuals and stuff. You can have the copyright symbol, right? The copyright notice symbol over there, kind of printed. That would also work. Registration is not mandated for copyright, But having a registered certificate for something which is very important is always advisable when it comes to enforcement. Uh, Finally, if I have to talk about the final, it's per se not a IP right, but trade secrets have grown in usage and are very important because most of the intangible asset within a company probably may not be protected through formal means or patent trademarks and copyrights. Hence, client lists or algorithms in the present age, right? AI algorithms, all this can be protected through trade secrets. In India, we per se do not have a trade secret legislation, but the Indian Contract Act and the Indian Penal Code and Indian Specific Relief Act, these are the multiple legislations which can be used in tandem to protect your trade secret. And again, over here, since you are going to India for a mission, the one thing that we always recommend European SMEs is to kind of sign on a non-disclosure agreement with your Indian partner before disclosing any uh, before disclosing any of your say intangible asset or your product, please do sign a non-disclosure agreement. And if you go to our website, we have this NDA templates. You can get a basic feel of it. You can use it, or you'll have to adapt it. But this will give you a kind of a very basic template of drafting an NDA before getting into any discussions with any of the partners, any of your international partners, and make sure that all the clauses are very specific and there are no vague clauses. And the if you want to enforce your right, it's usually advocated, advised that be in India. So if you want to enforce the right, if you want to, if there is an issue, future, we always advise that if the enforcement place that you seek should be in India so that you can at least claim some damages. If you want to enforce your right in Romania or anywhere else, then enforcing or claiming damages from an Indian small and medium enterprise or collaborator gets difficult. This is one thing that we recommend. Apart from this, I would also basically say that counterfeiting is a challenge. In India, we have a lot of counterfeiting, say, websites, products, and stuff. So, if one thing that you would have to know about counterfeiting and the ex post enforcement procedure is in India, IP enforcement, you can enforce your IP rights both through criminal enforcement and civil enforcement route. When it comes to criminal enforcement, uh, you one would have to gather certain evidences that there is counterfeiting products, and these counterfeiting products are being placed in some warehouse or somewhere. So once this is located, with this evidence, you can directly report this to the police, and the police would file a first information report and then conduct a raid, and then there would be a court hearing. This is highly advisable when there is a imminent danger of this counterfeiting products being introduced to the market. So if you think that, okay, within a week, this counterfeited products would enter the Indian market and you want to stop this, the criminal enforcement rule might work. And then this would also enable, um, per se, in the sense, the cops would go raid and seize the goods and the products, but you can't claim any damages out of this criminal enforcement route if you take this criminal enforcement route. But the other route, which is usually followed, is in with regards to IP cases, is the civil enforcement mechanism, wherein you go before uh, you file a civil suit before a civil court and then provide certain evidences of counterfeited products, and then the court commissioner would be kind of appointed by the court, and he would conduct a raid, seize the goods, and then you can seek civil remedies out of this. And civil remedies, you can claim damages, um, anything that you feel is right. So we see this mechanism being used usually in the trademark system, where you can use, if there is infringement of your logo, trademark, and stuff, then this can be used. And we see that the courts, Indian courts, have been progressively in favor of the rights of the IP owner. So they favor, and they are very efficient in dealing with certain trademark cases. So if you file, say, a trademark infringement case, you can claim preliminary injunction within the first 3 months, and you get some intermediary remedies. You can seek some intermediary remedies within first 6 months, and by from say 3 to 18 months, the whole case can be winded up. Hence, the Indian legal system with regards to IP protection works well. Though the court systems are overburdened, there are a lot of cases, but still, if there is a trademark infringed, um, then you can seek the civil enforcement route, and within first 3 months, you can have the preliminary injunction, and certain, say, uh, ante-pillar orders or search and seizure orders can be instituted very, very fast. The court system works well in with regards to this. Uh, with this, I think so. I kind of summarize everything, and then the first thing would be to conduct an IP audit. Second step is to strategize. The third step would be to conduct some basic searches. And when it comes to IP protection, the main two IP protections that you might want to seek is patent and trademarks. And there are international routes available for protecting uh, patents or trademarks in India through the PCT route or through the Madrid route for trademarks. Hence, and the IP enforcement generally works well in India. So make sure that you collect evidences. And also, one thing that we always insist is before getting into any discussions with Indian partners, please do have a NDA signed, have non-disclosure agreements in place. With this, I will end the session. If you want to have any questions, and if you would like any specific training or kind of a session on any specific topic, say be it on software patents, then we can dwell deep about how to protect software patents or specifically to IT protection in India. So this can be a training done exposed. So this was a general training done, a general kind of overview of the Indian system. If you have any queries, write to us, or you can directly book a meeting with us. Thank you. Uh, Anastasia, is it?
Thank you, Girish, for your presentation. I also managed to make a quick survey form for our participants, and you can find it in our chat.
I'll stop sharing. No?
Sure. So you can enter our form, feedback form. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, you can try our feedback form and provide some feedback for us. So we'll manage to upgrade our webinars to consider all of your questions and relevant topics. I'll also probably send an follow-up email to everyone to complete the feedback form. But other than that, if someone has some questions, and because I think Ankita is not, yeah, Ankita didn't join. If someone has some questions related to the topic, please address them now or via email. Does anyone have some questions?
And most probably, even I'll be in India during
Oh, really?
this end of October for this ECCP thing in the renewable energy uh,
Really?
event also. So probably we can meet there.
Yeah.
Uh, thank you, Nicola. So what IP checks should be done first? So from what I understand, if you are getting into an agreement um, with an Indian distributor, and if you are sharing your information, uh, you would want to make sure that you don't disclose all your IP without protecting it in India, right? That's the main idea. If you don't have any IP protection in India and you disclose your niche invention, then it's not very ideal. So you can seek certain IP protections, even if you do not want to, if you can't get this done. Uh, Having a NDA, just list down all the intangible assets that you think are important for you, be it client lists or customer lists or any information over time which you have gained within your enterprise. You list it down, and all of this before disclosing it to your Indian partner. You can have a NDA signed listing all the intangible assets that you are going to share with him, and have a proper contract done saying that none of this should be shared further, and with certain enforcement clauses put in. This is what I can think of, because from your question, tech partner in India, what IP check should be done first? I don't understand what it is. All the intangible assets that you think are relevant for you, you can list down. I can probably share IP audit checklist with you. We have a IP audit checklist and kind of a spreadsheet, inventory spreadsheet. So you can go through those questions and probably write down the list of intangible assets within your company. This is
Sure.
the answer that I can provide. I can, if you, I can send you the IP audit checklist and IP audit questionnaire that we have. And also, I would send you a IP audit fact sheet or a guide that we have that can probably give you an understanding of how to identify all the intangible assets within your enterprise and list them down. And presently, I do understand that you can't protect your IP assets at one go in India. So having a bulletproof non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement prior discussing would be highly helpful.
Yes, in general, the way I'm working here in India and also how it's in Romanian market. For example, if I have a requirement from, let's suppose, a Romanian company who wants to buy something from India, I have an understanding with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs of India, which they are based on our form. We are requesting them to give us the important information regarding the company, if the company is LLP or is a private company or is a proprietorship company. We want all these details. And also from the income tax department, we have a tie-up with them. They are provide us all the information regarding the Indian companies. The same, we have the same approach we have with in Romania with we are calling the Registru Comerțului, which they are giving us the whole information and all the data regarding the status, actual status of the company in from Romania. Once we have all this information from the Indian side and also Romanian side, we can start to discuss with them what exactly they are looking for, what is their perspective, what how they want to provide to work with us, and based on that we are making a contract, and all this information and requirement and from the both sides, we are putting in a non-disclosure agreement, and whatever is written there, we are respecting all this because it's our client, and we want uh, we don't want any hassle or any kind of problems from or the Indian side or the Romanian side. So till now, I didn't have any kind of issue regarding that, because this is the way which we are working, and also we have a legal team who is giving us all the support regarding the part of the legal agreement, contracts, and so on. So this is the way which we are working, and everything is done in proper time. Client is happy, we are happy.
Thank you. Thank you for both your input. It's very nice to see the input from one organization focused on IP and the other one, which is generally focused on Romanian and Indian bilateral relationships. So I think this is a very good answer to your question, Nicola. And if you have any additional questions or inquiries regarding a specific situations, you can write an email to us, and I will forward the question, of course, to the speakers. No problem. Thank you, Girish. Also, in the chat, you can find the link to the IP SMEs help desk. Yes, as far as I understand.
Yes.
Okay. I also have a question because I just remembered. We received an email from a I think an IP office in China that a company was trying to use our brand name for to use it in China, Afacer, and I was they informed us and asked if this is our office there or if we are related to these situations. But I wanted to ask if such a situation happens in India. I remember you told us about civil enforcement and
Yeah.
criminal enforcement. What would be the best way to address these situations, for example?
So, hello. In this particular case, the first thing is that you have the mark registered in India.
Mhm.
If you have not registered in India, then you can't claim anything because IP is a territorial right. So it has to be registered in India. Once, if you find that there is infringement, then civil enforcement would be the best way to go, wherein you can directly contact your attorney who would basically send a notice to this other company who is infringing on your trademark right. And then that will set off the civil procedure, right? So the civil, basically, first you send them a notice saying that bring down the name, stop using the name. If they don't do that, then a civil suit would be filed, and then within, if you have the registered right, within a matter of 3 months or 6 months, things should be fine. The court system works well, but civil procedure would be the way to go. But first thing you need to make sure is you have the right registered in India.
I see, I see. Thank you for your response.
Okay.
It's very nice
Thank
to
you.
see. Actually, the procedure is way easier than we thought, so it's
Yeah,
not many steps to actually protect your trademark.
yeah.
Does anyone have more questions related to the topic?
Hi, yes, may I
Yeah.
ask something? First of all, thank you for your information. I just have a quick question on technologies. If you know some examples of inventions that often face challenges in India when seeking patent approval. You're on mute.
Thank you, Anna. One industry or one set of inventions which come to my mind directly is software inventions. in India, we do have this clause stating that softwares per se cannot be protected. So, which basically means uh, the software that you want to protect has to provide some technical effect. And the Indian Patent Office has always been kind of reluctant or half measured, or they come out with a lot more questions when granting software inventions. So right now we see a lot of inventions are based on software and algorithms. So, but if you have a software tied with the technical hardware and the technical effect, the novelty is produced with regards to the hardware, and then it can be protected. But software per se can't be protected, and this link has to be established well between software and the technical effect that it produces. And over here, the patent examiners can be a bit, they can raise certain barriers and they can block it. There can be up and down discussion. Usually, this happens in software inventions where the patent is not directly granted. So then the patent attorney will have to go and explain to the examiner or the judge. Within the IP office, there is a tribunal. So over there, you would have to basically explain how the software is novel and it is inventive and it is non-obvious. The technical effect has to be kind of shown upfront. So software inventions, this generative AI applications or AI applications per se, it can be challenging to protect in one go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any other questions? Yeah, I think no more questions for today.
Thank you then. Thank you, Anastasia.
Thank you, and please, everyone, follow the link in the chat and complete the feedback form. I'll also send it on email, but keep in mind that we will be very thankful for the feedback. Okay, thank you, everyone,
Thank you. Thank you. See you then.
and see you in India, I guess, for
Thank you. See you in India. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.